Okay, next up is the floor tom. Now, this is a floor tom clip, but basically you should be using this on every tom. This is a Sennheiser 421 dynamic mic. It's a little expensive, but it costs what it sounds like. It's really, really, really good. I wouldn't even recommend another substitution. Use an SM57 if you don't have one of these, but really you should be investing in one of these. I know it looks a little bruised up, but that's only because it gets used so much because it sounds so good. So Sennheiser 421 for the floor tom. Next up is our rack tom, and we're using a Sennheiser 604. It's a little clip-on mic, dynamic, terrific, clips right on to the rim. Now, I would recommend a substitution. Really, you should be using, like I said in the 421 video, a 421. But if you don't have that, these are great, mobile, rugged, really sort of portable, terrific mic. So next we have our rack tom and our floor tom. Starting with the 604 clip-on mic, we have this positioned almost at the 12 o'clock mark here on the rim, because if we have it too far over here, let's say we clipped it on this side, we'd be catching a lot of the action over here. If we had a clip at, say, 9 o'clock on this side, we'd be getting a lot of the hi-hat and crash. So at 12 o'clock, that's a good position. We also have the head of the capsule of the microphone going right down in this area. If we had this backed up over here, we get a very metallic sound, right? Because that's what this rim is. And if our drummer is hitting the tom, it's going to be, the mic is going to be listening to more of this sort of rimmy metallicness. So you want to make sure that it's pointing away from the rim and onto the action right here. So the same thing for the Sennheiser 421 on the floor tom. We want to make sure that it's not facing the rim, so we're not getting a metal quality from the sound. We want to make sure that it's hitting, like a flashlight again, the center of the skin, or wherever our drummer's hitting it. And we want to make sure that it's a pretty good distance away from the drum head. The other thing we want to do is make sure that in the control room, or in Pro Tools, or whatever you're using, you have the session player play the floor tom and the rack tom back to back like that. And keep your fingers on the faders to make sure that you're getting an equal balance in gain between the rack and the floor tom, so that you have a really consistent sound to the whole drum kit. Very important.